desktop audio.
And happy Wednesday, everyone. Welcome back to Discount Dungeons. Before we jump into everything, we have a little plug for Applewhite Games. Well, I can read, right?
Probably.
We journey to the center of Aragoth, which is a high-level expansion where you explore a city of criminals, find the lost scholar, and discover the forgotten world in the center of Aragoth. It is up until the 28th of February, so check that out. And if it interests you, please support it. They're a great couple of producers and D&D aficionados. So again, check it out. You have to the end of the month to support their Kickstarter. Link will be in the chat. So let us jump slightly into where we left off with our last episode, episode 11. It's all about family. A semi-strange family member,
Kuraio
Solunar, reached out to the Dark Lady with an offer of magical might, which is some distance away, which required a little bit of traveling montage and lore drops to, fill the time. Once in the desired location, this trap was sprung, revealing that this offer was a test of the motley crew's morality, which, if you have paid attention, they would have failed. This led to some incredible tension. But at the last second, a mysterious figure, a member of the Conclave of Plight, whose name I cannot pronounce. Giselle Kaz is Carl's mother.
Carl?
I'm sorry.
Carl!
Not Carl!
What is your character's name again?
Kuraio.
Kuraio.
No, you're Carl now.
Yep, that was Carl. It's official.
I feel like that happened last time. I feel like there was a Carl thrown in somewhere.
Probably.
It's made worse by we actually have a Carl.
So, she intervenes, talking about the bonds of family and coming up with a compromise that prevented violence. Plans are drawn between the Clan of the Mash, the Conclave of Plight, and the Miska organization. The goons are dismissed. Saul's mother takes her leave, leaving our merry band and Kuraio alone to contemplate their next steps. So, we have some guests joining us today. We welcome back Lane.
Hi. How's everyone doing?
This time in HD.
Wow! Live and in color!
And we welcome back our hidden cast member today, since we cannot fit everyone on camera because our setup is jank.
No, it's discount.
It is discount.
Look, it's either on brand or it's professional. There's no
No in between, guys.
Patch, reprising Latimer, the beloved asshole.
Hi, I'm here. You can't see me, but you just have to trust me. I'm here.
Just off stage left.
Yes, exactly. He is the left hand of the DM, which is a terrifying place to be.
By there.
It's not the right hand.
Vera, why are you walking away from the camera?
We can see you.
There needs a drink.
You want his beverage?
Okay. So, in the hidden alcove at the very top, you can hear the crashing of waters and the distant fading steps of various mooks, leaving the group as a whole kind of just alone, the thrumming of the artifact's power filling the tense silence.
Honestly, I'm very impressed. Intervention notwithstanding, I was fully anticipating having to possibly kill at least one of you. Well done.
You could have killed one of us, but we'd just come back.
Shoot for Dave.
I'm very averse to dying, thank you.
Most people are. Death is usually very permanent. Usually.
Yes. Well,
Depends on if you're in the budget or not.
Look at Joseph here. Just claps skeleton on shoulder. He's fine.
It gives a gape-jawed smile.
Where's Beauregard?
It's here.
Beauregard is blocking the door, as always.
See?
It's a slight difference between death, undeath, suspended animation such as that. It's minute details. Undeath, fine, usually good for lackeys. Being fully alive, that's when you have dangerous spellcasters, people like Raza, who could just absolutely split somebody in two.
I've really been off my game recently. I haven't killed someone in a week.
And I'm proud of you.
Disgusting.
We're all proud of you, Raza.
Me the most. Dave the least.
Raza just looks like utterly confused. Not used to these words. I'm proud of you.
Raza takes 4 psychic damage.
She's more accustomed to being an
I actually
undisappointed
take
mother.
Click, taken.
The opposite of vicious mockery. Vicious praise.
Vicious praise. Malicious praise. Let's go.
Oh god.
I'd say Raza would turn beet red, but she's already red.
Okay, but I need a healing spell, malicious praise. No.
Oh.
So what now?
Unwanted compliment.
So, well, we have secured one of these artifacts, and the other will go back where I found it and borrowed without permission. And I can send my goons back home, and I'll meet up with them at another time. But for now, it's, I'm not exactly on the clock, so I'm just here.
Say, do you think anyone will notice if I possibly correct some of these murals that are engraved in these walls? Perhaps
Do you want
a
me to
little
kill
more
him, or do
ecstasy
you want to do
centric.
it?
Now, I understand the desire for praise of the Dark Lady. I really do. She's wonderful. Look at her.
God walking in flesh right there!
And I don't disagree. But pick a wall not adorned. And just like a little asterisk. An errata, if you will. Correcting the myth. Not overwriting. Just corrections off to the side.
Give me a dexterity check with calligraphy tools.
First roll after the hiatus, ladies and gentlemen.
The important stuff.
Alright, so
I use the expensive die for that too.
Alright, that's 15 with Dex modifier. Now, I don't know if I doubt I have proficiency with calligraphy tools.
Don't you have stone shape? Wasn't that the point?
Well, yeah. I don't need calligraphy. I just need to. They were engravings etched into the walls.
Oh, so you're physically destroying priceless records of.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
This is a boy.
I'm altering history.
Correcting history is
That's not topical.
God.
at
Some
all.
may call it defacing. Others may just say it was there all along. Look,
Oh, no, defacing.
prophesized ecstasy. Woohoo.
Absolutely defacing. Yep.
We
okay.
probably don't have carbon dating yet. Unless it's a spell I don't know about. Carbon date. That's a spell I'll take.
You know,
Why not?
he asked me though to find a space that's kind of clear. Can I find a place that is
Give me a
clear?
perception check.
Perception. Stats, come back. It was a 12 on the die, plus whatever my perception, which I'm wisdom based, so I should have good perception.
That's probably at least +8. So yeah, you find a space easily enough.
Yeah.
Thank God.
So yeah, I'll use one of my spell slots to cast Stone Shape to engrave a glorious epitaph showing ecstasy's rise to power.
Beautiful.
And divinity.
Give me a history charisma check.
I just want to say, he's either going to A, rewrite history right now, or B, make the fanciest ecstasy was here.
I'm going to go with B. Something tells me it's B.
Alright.
Leander, I thought you rolled the other die.
10 on the die, charisma's +1. You said what, history?
Yep.
Not proficiency. What is skills? History, also +1, so 11.
I was to say, I think we're about
Oh,
to
no.
get some ecstasy fanfic here.
And so the Dark Lady
Yeah,
grows bosom.
Oh no.
So
Jiggling.
as you oversee this tiny lizard altering a space of this historical dig site, it is the worst Bible fanfic you have ever seen. It's overpraised, over-detailed, too many adjectives strung together. Your scholar's soul burns as you witness this. However,
As the
despite
art style probably doesn't
the
match.
cringiness of it all, it is impeccably done. It is skilled. There is true artistry in how it was rendered into the stone with the spell. That almost makes up for how unlegible it is.
Craven's so pleased with himself. Oh, praise the dark lady.
Craven, your craftsmanship is exquisite. Your skill with the words still could use a little work.
I'm gonna crack Craven across the head.
Make an attack roll. Going reckless for advantage.
Yeah.
You
You asked, and you shall receive. Oh wow, this was terrible. 17. Does a 17 hit?
Yes.
Armor class 17.
Yeah. Good thing I rolled for advantage because the die I was going to roll was 1.
God, that would have been great.
So strength. I'm assuming you're not raging. So 6 points of damage to Craven.
You can never.
You stupid motherfucker.
I'm sorry. It had to be done.
By the way, this does not take off your tally.
I understand.
And as you witness this scene, Ecstasy, a voice, familiar and grating, appears in your mind.
Lady Ecstasy, we have need of your services. There is an island not far from you. It may have some equipment that you've been looking for. Travel to Varanath Island. I hope you'll find what you're looking for.
I hope there's a Glock. Guns, right?
Ecstasy will say, "Thank you, Latimer. I will take your advice."
I'm not there and I don't hear a thing, but the Vero says, it's a twat.
Also, Ecstasy afterwards, not talking to Latimer would just be like, "Bitch." Bitch.
So wait for the dial tone to click off and go, bitch.
You know, like when you hang up the phone, you're like, "Fuck you," you know?
Fuck that guy.
It's still off the receiver. Damn no.
I can still hear you.
Hey, just remember, Latimer hung up first. That's the power move.
Ah.
It's like, "Thank you, Latimer."
You see the dial turns. Motherfucker.
I just imagine the dial tone with telepathic communication is just the other line going,
Wait, can you set up like a voicemail?
This Tyche you're trying to reach is not here at the moment. Please leave a message after the stream.
We're sorry, Lady Ecstasy is not available right now.
So-
but
so
if
wait.
you want to fuck off,
I know we're going off track, but if the case, if you couldn't reach someone, does that just mean they're out of their mind?
they're having an out-of-body
they're
experience.
having. Yeah.
I currently am astral projecting right now. Please leave a message after.
And this is why nothing progresses.
Okay. Apologies.
No, it was perfect.
This is the stuff that gets cut.
This is a Discount Dungeons at its finest.
Uncut and raw.
Thanks, Chris.
You're welcome.
It's the name of our sex tape.
But, oh god. But now they can see all the visual shit we usually laugh at that no one can see. And it's great. Including Chris's reactions to things.
Yeah.
Yes, you get to see the DM die in real time.
Now
Well,
we don't have to go ding every time he face palms. You guys can do it.
You say we like anyone did that besides you.
No, I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I absolutely did.
Patch.
So did Sholon on occasion, but it was more like a one-up kind of thing. It was silent.
Good news, everyone.
You fix the slime pipes?
Yep.
Poison slime bites.
That was one of the best bosses.
Alright, back to D&D.
Back to D&D, come on.
All right, everyone. I received a message from Latimer. There's a possibility of an artifact on the island of
Varanath.
Bernath. Ecstasy sounds confident. Megan's like Bernat Carl.
What do I know about Varanath?
Roll a history check.
Ecstasy don't know shit.
Have I killed someone there?
No.
Okay.
Damn. No roll needed for that one. He's just like,
Raza
Raza hasn't
remembers.
been there.
Is there any reason Rippy would have been there before?
I mean, you've studied on an Olith, so you can roll with disadvantage.
Can Kuraio?
No.
Sure.
13.
I feel like you randomly know about.
Also a 13.
Total or on the dice?
Total. 3 on the die.
Ouch.
13's not enough. I mean, you do know that the shattered geography has led to a lot of islands that have been rediscovered and lost and then rediscovered. So, a name you don't recognize is not unheard of. It's like that new celebrity on TikTok.
Oh, that one?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think
like
I
that
got it.
I don't like that one.
Sounds like the perfect place to hide a secret base.
Or a dead body.
Or a trap base, secret base. We're all 3.
All right. Do we have any other business that we need to attend?
Have you finished your project, Craven?
I could work on this for years.
Nope. Let's go.
We
We're
only
done.
had a certain amount of time where we would absolutely stop you. Are you finished?
I
Every
mean,
minute you stay here, I add to your tally. I would hit you now.
you know
I'll
what?
kill
Let's go.
Wonderful.
Toxic work environment.
That's pretty likely.
So you guys trudge through the ruins, down the spiring staircases, through the water, back
Interesting.
Casually.
to the floating Leviathan, taking the whatever you call the steps up onto it, the gangplank. Yeah, there we go.
Yar.
Greeted by your most happy captain. Like, oh my god, how was your adventure? Was it dusty? Was it like boring?
Best NPC.
Far from boring.
We found murals of great historical significance related to the resurrection and divinity of our great Lord and Savior, Ecstasy.
I don't even care about history, and I want to kill him.
It felt like it took 4 months.
Glorious.
It felt like it took 4 months.
Like, yeah, it has been just really boring sitting on this ship. Like, I painted my nails 5 times.
I feel like we weren't on that.
Did you like?
Did you
remove-
let any of it dry?
Did you remove?
So,
the paint?
like, long ago, when I was, like, a little girl, Cerelia gave me, like, instant drying nail polish as a gift. And it lasts a shocking amount of time, but then again, that was only, like, 5 years ago, because I'm, like, super young.
Did you beat your PB?
What?
Personal best.
PB! PB!
I heard pee-pee.
We all
I heard he said I was just
Did you
confused.
beat your PB?
I was like,
Dave is going to go over to Rapture and tug on her sleeve.
I mean, Rhapsody?
Rhapsody.
Rapture is a different thing.
Friend's name.
Rhapsody.
She could send you to the Rapture.
Come on.
Abort mission.
Rhapsody.
Wrong version.
What do you know about Varanath?
Maybe it's an island. Like, there's a lot of them off the fucking coast. Like, too many to fucking count. It'd be really nice if we could just mash them all together into, like, one thing, or if someone really took the time to, like, map this all out. But, like, I'm not gonna do that. I got my hair to do.
do you know how to get there? We need to get to.
Do you have, like, a landmark or something that I could go off of? Because, like, I can fly you anywhere.
You didn't tell me. You just said the island of Varanath.
Guess we need some maps.
I don't have a landmark. I was told by Latimer to go there.
Like, that's super helpful. You just have a name in this vast oceanic world of ours. Like, sure, you know what? Let me just chart something real fast, Dark Lady. And you can see her just, like, bouncing her head like, why do you do this to me? I really like you. Why do you do this to me?
Rhapsody, you're competent. You can do it.
Just find an unnamed island, and congratulations, it's fair enough now.
No, Raza, that's not how it works.
I'm pretty sure that's how you name an island.
This is
I'm
why
pretty
you're
sure
not allowed
that's
to
how
chart
divine
anything.
She pulls out, like, a little stone. Click, click. Like, hey, Latimer, I was told about this Varanath place. It's like, there's some type of coordinate I could use, or, like, totally chic spot to go shopping on it.
I don't remember how your coordinates work. Is it just...
You can just say
Numbers.
this way north,
Oh, yeah.
this way south.
Sorry, I remember you giving me this stuff, but, right. Sorry. Just checking again.
Ring, 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 ring,
Yeah.
ring. No, it's the text tone is just like the dots of replying type.
Ring, ring,
Many people are typing.
I wish I had hair. It's the only part I can't make fancy.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful. As I go and run thick claws through like the plumage on my head.
Rimpy, do you want us to get you some hair?
Can we do that? That would be
I
awesome.
take out a dagger. We can get hair.
It shouldn't take too much effort to
help.
make a toupee out of someone.
There's a trick to getting the scalp just right. You gotta follow
I
the
don't
hairline.
know. I don't want to transplant. That's weird. It's not fashionable
As like
to
you
wear
see-
someone
It's not
else's
a
skin on your head.
transplant,
As
it's a
like
toupee.
as
Oh,
Rhapsody's
yeah.
like staring on the thing, waiting for Latimer to respond, like twisting her. It's like, oh yeah, Rimpy, there's like lots of potions that will cause you to grow hair, even if you have scales. Like I can send you to my girl.
Fantastic.
I have a question. Does it specify where the hair comes from?
Like it depends on where you apply the ointments and whatnot. So I mean, if you want like a deep bush, you can go, but that's like real gross.
I was mostly making sure he wouldn't turn into a fucking fuzzball.
But like that would be hilarious.
I know.
That raises many interesting fashion options.
The problem is that if he does that, then he's going to get self-conscious about it. Have you seen this man?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah, but then he can't fight like that.
He'd never leave the
You
house.
guys know he's standing right there.
He's too lost in thought.
You act like I don't know this.
He'd never leave the house. He'd never be able to get ready inside.
As we all close so that Latimer can relay this vital information for the story reasons.
And you know he's just like he can hear all of this.
Somehow!
They're not quiet. We've established
It's
this.
just a walkie-talkie with a
I'm just picturing, Scar from Lion King. Surrounded by idiots.
Yes. All right.
Well, what was the name of the island, the place that you're currently at?
There was no name given.
Oh, there's no name.
But you would know from where the coastline is.
Oh, okay.
Magic MacGuffin Island.
You'd be about 430 miles north, then another 327 miles east. It's a larger island, one large peak, dotted by some trees and what looks like a crescent lake.
Like, thanks, Vladimir. That's very helpful. Okay, I think we can find it. It might take an extra day or two because we're gonna have to blindly shoot for the first little bit. But like, yeah, I can find an island with that kind of description. She writes all this down. Okay, you fucking slobs. Off the deck. We got places to go. And she like kicks someone.
Damn. Is it Nathling? Did she kick Nathling?
She
No.
better not kick the baby.
I'm just saying, she's real convenient.
Don't kick the baby.
No, I'm sure she kicked the guy who's got the most luscious hair as a warning. Like,
Watch out, they're gonna scalp you.
they're gonna scalp you.
You're too fabulous to not be working right now. Get to work.
You might want to be wearing a bald cap when you go to sleep, buddy. Wink, wink.
Nudge, nudge.
Anyone that can put their hair into a ponytail, watch out!
Dave's coming for you.
Ooh, that's true.
So your ship sets off on its new voyage with a very rudimentary direction, taking high into the sky, trying to get into a favorable wind. And I actually have to roll dice for survival to see if she gets lost.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Wait, but you can work on Optimus' spine.
Oh.
He's back
Optimus-
in the lab.
Oh no, he's on the ship.
He's too big for the ship.
That's why you need a portable hole, so you can have your lap with you everywhere you go.
Hey, how big is he?
He's like, double the size of Boner Bird, I think.
He'd be a huge creature.
Yeah.
Damn, Daniel.
He's doing great.
He
He's not finished.
He a big boy.
She'd have to throw him in another dimension to carry him around.
It's fine.
Shit.
Specifically, demi-plane.
So I just have to get Demi plate.
Yep.
How do I do that?
Get to 15th level.
We're
Working on
We're
it.
close.
we're over halfway there.
I should know.
No, in Wizard.
In
Oh.
Wizard.
Oh, so I have to do it for you.
Oh, and you're not even close to that because you're partially sorcerer.
Yeah.
Damn.
Damn.
If only I were one little
Can
higher.
we steal the demi plane?
You can.
Oh my god.
You could theoretically craft multiple scrolls of demi-plane, yes.
What if we captured a wizard, tied him up, and used him as our demi-plane bitch?
Don't you guys come from a clan that has a bunch of wizards?
They're all assholes.
Yeah, we don't like them.
we
We want our own wizard.
We should have reevaluated the hiring process for the clan.
Yeah.
How long do we have?
You need yourself a new pet wizard.
Transportation stuff?
No.
How long do we have on the
Let's
ship?
just make a staff.
You would have at 400 miles in one direction. The trip can travel it's like 5-6 days.
Okay.
So you're looking probably close to like a full week of travel.
Okay.
So, as you guys set off for your first little leg, we're going to have our lovely guests switch spaces, and we're going to give Vladimir a little plotting time.
Dun 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 dun.
We're doing a thing.
Okay, we're doing a thing.
You get to lead
So-
off into it.
Are the rest of us like mute at this point?
You're a mute for the moment.
We're in a cutscene.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, cutscene.
You'll get to do some role playing
ecstasy
and hijinks in a little bit,
Okay.
but we need to progress the story first.
Yes.
Fair
What is that?
I know
The
that
thing
weird,
I've been trying to tell for
the-
2 years.
Yeah, the weird thing that we choose to ignore.
Chris, I am letting you know I am mashing X to skip cutscene.
You froze your game. Congrats.
It's not working.
Sean, escape is the new hotness, by the way.
Try Alt F4.
I felt like he was more a console than a PC.
Okay.
Either way, you froze the game and now you're just stuck on a loading screen.
I'm free. So,
Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay.
Okay. You can start it off however you want.
So Latimer has sent his second message over. I would assume he's in his workshop.
Yep.
Got some things. He's gonna take a few, vials here and there, and he's gonna grab a piece of paper. And he's gonna slide into a compartment on his walking apparatus, and he's gonna make his way over to the ramparts.
Yep. Okay. As directed, Lady Zool has been doing her diligence in reinforcing the wards per your specifications. You find her at the topmost where the ship would dock.
Okay. So I would assume she would hear me clanking up, because I'm not exactly subtle, and I'm not choosing to be sneaky.
She kind of can hear you coming from
Oh, wow.
vast distance.
Yeah.
Like, she hears you well before she sees you. So, like, she's just looking out, enjoying, like, the fresh air kind of, like, coming across her charred skin from where Raza had injured her in her youth.
You're so proud, aren't you?
oops, it was a mistake. Wrong Goliath.
You need tennis balls for that thing. I'm just saying, by the way.
That would be the sneaky version.
The tennis ball walker.
It is quite a beautiful day out there, isn't it?
Her voice a little on the rough side. Indeed, Vladimir, indeed, yes.
If you don't mind, why don't you show me the adjustments that we've made in order to keep our defenses up?
But of course, and she brings you over to like where the crenellations would be. As you can see, I have reinforced the wards here. You can see that there's a extra layer of arcane barrier that will prevent incoming projectiles, giving a little bit of additional cover to whoever has to take here to defend. And she points down to the where, as you can see, I've had the kobolds reinforce the teeth with more murder holes for hot oil and crossbows. The gates have been reinforced with mithril. Just to touch up some loose bolts, you know how wood ages over time.
Of course.
We made it extra thick, and she kind of like takes a step. We've even added some protections for falling, in case someone's pulled off. I don't expect that to really trigger, and it'll only trigger under very, very specific circumstances. The setting where you are, and you can see very faint traces of like diamonds encrusted into the thing. A ward that those of outside persons will immediately ignite, catching everyone in a fireball.
Very interesting. I must say, Zul, I am very impressed.
I do have some concerns about internal, though. As you know, strife has been a thing in our clan, and what comes next will be quite strifeful. There's only so much I can do from external, but there's not much I can do about internal.
I understand that completely. I think it might be best to speak to bring this up with the other speakers, but I did want to loop back real quick, and he's going to like kind of walk over to the edge of the parapet that we were just speaking, And he's just gonna beckon Zool over.
She looks over. And, Is there some concern? I don't see any flaws in the wards on this wall.
No, I don't see one either. And he's gonna pat her on the back. I'm casting Hold Person.
Okay. What's your DC? I believe it's 17.
I believe it's 17.
Fails.
Whoopsie doodle.
I'm surprised you didn't just shove her off.
You know, Zool, I can see that you are in the mindset of that Lady Ecstasy is the key to power here. I think you'll find that you're very much mistaken. So, while I appreciate all the work that you've done on these ramparts, I think you can leave the interior to me.
And there's this panicked look in the eye.
Oh, one other thing. And he's gonna take that note out, and he's gonna, I guess she'd probably have some kind of...
You should have plenty of pockets.
He's gonna slide that in, and just kind of go, hold that for me, would you? Push.
Give me a
Hold it.
strength check. With advantage.
19 on the die.
And with that, the frozen form of the Goliath pitches from the crenellations, plummeting right outside the front gate, causing mass panic amongst the few guards stationed there as an alarm cry goes up throughout the keep of the Ashen Clan.
Latimer has already turned and is clanking away, with a slight smile on his face.
And as panic consumes another speaker dead, we pull back to our intrepid adventurers who are shipborne wildly above the sea with nothing in sight.
Well, I'm a little bummed. I was gonna try becoming friends with her. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mutilated your face. Okay.
I'll get that. You can switch back with Elaine.
Yep.
Meanwhile, on the ship, 99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles of beer.
I like how you think you've started just now. You're probably in the 70s.
Roz is trying to keep up with the song.
Oh yeah, Raza does drink now, don't she?
Nathling's passed out drunk on the floor.
Definitely had one beer. I'm out.
Craven's just been cleaning his church the whole time now that he doesn't have magical MacGuffins like clogging up the floor.
Rimpy is, of course, sitting with a martini.
Oh my god. Classy.
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 Apparently there is now a bar on this ship.
Oh, you know that Rhapsody probably has a private stash at minimum.
Yeah, they had a girls' night, remember?
Oh,
right.
no.
That was wine, though.
They don't have like gin and stuff to make an actual martini. He just found a clear alcohol and put it in a glass.
If we're establishing that we're drinking, Raza's already drank half a bottle of wine.
Only half?
Look, I don't know how long of a time skip have we had here.
You're like on day 4 of your travel.
Oh,
Oh yeah, definitely.
Raza's drank a lot. Raza is drunk.
There is no alcohol left on the ship.
Rhapsody's gonna kill
Where's
us.
all the rum? Where did all the rum go?
Where's all the
Rum gun.
Where's all the... Where? Rhapsody comes back from like a long day at the helm, like trying to guide through a gale and get all the things. She goes to a private wine thing in her room and it's empty. Where's my wine?
I'll get it back to you. I'm good for it.
Oh, I thought
As
Raza was
Ecstasy's
just
just
about to puke it all up.
No, Raza's not gonna puke it all up. Jeez.
You know, I never pegged Raza for a wine gal. I always thought she'd be more of a Jaeger bomb kind of girl.
She's turning into a lush.
I mean, I would point out, like, you've never seen Raza drink really.
I know.
She was going to do it. I thought it would have been that, not this.
Also, I have a question.
Sure.
I'm assuming there's like a small armory on this ship, right?
There would be for boarding things, yes. It would be under lock and key. You could probably break the lock.
You could also just ask.
Yes.
Yeah, you could
Well,
be
I'm also
polite.
smashed right now.
You could
You
wander
could- you
down
could
yourself and
drunkenly ask.
physically open the door, sure.
Yeah. Because that's actually what I want Raza to do.
Give me a strength check. So you wander the ship, bumping into things here and there until you find your way to what would be like the boarding station, essentially.
Yeah.
What?
What is that? This,
So this would be athletics, so you're at least +9.
Yeah. 16?
Yeah, that's fine. It's just a small little barred door. So you're there, not realizing the door is locked. You grab the handle, just rip, and you hear this shattering of metal as you've completely destroyed the tumbler.
Rosa just looks down and smirks. And stumbles on in. I have a question.
Sure.
Would there happen to be any scimitars in here?
Scimitars?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, scimitars.
Scimitars.
I'm sorry, I don't pronounce these words half the time. Bleh.
You can say your sword names however you want a sword.
Shut up.
There are such style blades, mainly cutlasses and things like that. Raza being smashed, they'll pass.
Well, Rosa's going to go and kind of stare at them for a while and grab 2 of them.
Okay.
And she's going to take them. They're hers now.
Oh no, Roz is going full God of War.
Okay.
Boy.
That's just all I'm doing. Need to establish
So this is day 4.
Question.
Sure, Dave.
Can someone protect themselves from sending?
Yes.
Okay. My next question
Oh no.
is, does Vladimir have perception from sending?
The spells would be Mind Plank, which is 8th level, you don't have access to, and the other one would be it's 3rd level something. I cannot remember what it's called.
Yeah, man.
Yes, I'm grabbing my iPad. I'm sorry.
How dare you?
I know.
All the motions, all the things that we cut out. We're sorry.
We're sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, not sorry.
I'm discounting.
Do my daily thing of at bedtime. Stop. Some
Oh
people,
no! Latimer has just learned how to mute that out.
So
Some
yes, the
people-
spell
No,
is up.
you can still do it.
Some people say their prayers before bed.
You harass
Dave
people.
does his prank calls, but things are a little easier for Latimer. The prank calls he does are usually like malicious compliance, like, we are on day 3 of our trip towards Verinath, or whatever it's called. And I see blue water blue. We'll give you an update tomorrow. You know? But then the other half-
I think there's a couple of times he would just go, noted. Thank you for your report. Just in that like sarcastic ass.
Yep,
Just
you
as
know,
maliciously
Dave-
compliant.
And you know he'll write it down, sure.
Dave is also called, we're trying to reach you about your apparatus's extended warranty.
Yeah. And then the other half of my sendings are going to be to the dragon, who I said I was going to be a friend.
Oh god.
Okay, what's your first message to the dragon?
Hi, it's me. It's Dave. I hope you're doing well where you are. We're traveling to an island called blah. I don't remember what the island's called.
Oh, but just tell the dragon where we're going. It's fine.
Varanath, beautiful island.
Really? Can you
I've
tell
only
me that?
heard stories. But I am well. I am being outfitted for armor and sharpened magical things so that I may tear the evil dragons that burned and harmed my ancestors.
You must look a frightening feast. You'll have to send me pictures.
In his quarters, Kuraio feels a twinge of guilt. He can't explain it, but he feels a little guilty, like he might have done something wrong. Quickly then.
Do I, in my, over the course of my 4 days, half sending to Vladimir, half sending to my dragon pal, who I can't remember his name.
Don't worry, I can't either right now.
That
It was
guy.
long.
Draggy
We need to give him a
McDragonface.
nickname. He needs a nickname. Arthur.
Her boy.
No.
Anywho, do I get any information with our limited capacity in sending? Does he tell me about anything about Verinath? Anything that may be interesting?
That there was it was rediscovered a few years ago from what you can tell in the archives. Other than that, not really. It was supposedly lush at one point. There was rumors of great architecture, but the cities that were supposedly there vanished in one of the great calamities from the face of the earth, and that's all he knows. Like, it is one of those things that someone flew over it and marked it down on a map, and that was the extent of the survey. And they're not even sure if it's the real Varanath.
Good to know. So, wherever Vladimir is sending us might not even be where he says he's sending us.
Yep.
Which we already figured because, it's a twat. But that is what I do over the 4 days before bedtime.
Okay.
I maliciously, compliantly give Vladimir updates about our progress, and I share some pen pal with Arthur.
Vladimir, give me a wisdom save, please.
Okay.
Just to see if you can endure the thing and not make Dave your primary target during your uprising.
It's not about ecstasy anymore.
You know, it's a 16 on the die, so right now you're maybe number...
Hasn't cracked the top 15 yet.
Nah, yeah. I was gonna say, not top 15 yet.
Give me time!
At this point, though, Dave's sitting at about 16.
I'm making friends and enemies, guys. I multitask.
Real quick, very important.
Yeah.
Has Rimpy found the hair growth potion?
Oh my god!
One night, late, we'll say like day 2, there was a knock on your cabin door. And it was... You heard the clicking of heels walking away, but outside there was this little box that says, so you can be as beautiful as you are on the outside as you are on the inside.
Oh god.
And it was written in Rhapsody's handwriting, and there was a set of 4 potions in there, each of a different color.
I can get different colors?
That's how we
Brought to you by today's
You
sponsor.
don't have to update that
I'm
picture.
not seeing the picture of sketching out right now.
Might just want to erase that top part of the head. Right?
Just erase all the scales.
One pompadour later.
Flowing mane.
Yeah, you're right. Fabio hair.
Fabio
He
hair.
won't be Rimpy anymore. He has to solely go by Rimpier.
Rimpierre, because you matter.
Right. Oh my god. Well, let it be noted.
That's the name of the episode. Rimpier, because you matter.
Rimpy now has black hair that is slicked straight back between his horns that he has.
So
like used car salesman, got it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So over the course of
Real
days,
greaseball kind of look.
well, it takes a little bit of time.
Okay.
So first day you don't see anything. Day 4 of your trip, you see this hair kind of growing between Rimpy's scales. It's just kind of peach fudgy at first. Day 6, it is kind of down to here.
I don't let it get too long.
Oh, you don't let it get too
No.
long? So it probably hits my length of his hair when he starts muffing with it.
Yep.
I have a question. How did you apply the potion to your head?
Liberally.
Applied liberally to the
So
forehead.
if you did it like that, does he have hair on his palms?
No.
Well, how else are you supposed to apply a potion like that?
Wear gloves.
Yeah, that's true. Wear gloves. Yeah.
That's why I wanted to know. I
Okay.
wanted to see if you started getting
Long
hair
enough to
on
wear
your palms.
I could do
Forget
that,
that
but
joke.
I'm just trying to be nice. My player asked for something cute and appropriate for his character. I'm trying not to punish him.
Also, you could argue that it's leaving the potion on the site is what slowly creates the hair growth.
It has
and
to
if
soak
he
in.
washes his hands, it does not keep the potion on.
It's got to soak
I'll,
in.
I love how my players are explaining this, and I'm usually the one sitting there. I have to justify this. They're like, no, hush, just
No,
let's
he
move
doesn't
on.
have hair on his palms. Shut up. I'm not drawing hairy palms. You can't make me. Shut up.
It's not that kind of... Oh, wait, no,
Holding
it is that kind of
swords.
campaign, isn't it?
Okay,
My palms are
moving
not
on.
sweaty, hairy, or weak.
That's tonight's special.
Don't forget to put the sparkle in.
That's excellent.
Oh, sparkle.
We can
Okay.
workshop and make it. We can
Yeah.
workshop.
Oh my
Pulling
god.
back in a little bit.
Yep.
Did you miss us, Internet?
So, Craven is polishing his church. It has the portable hole has not closed. Craven has not left it. In fact, Ecstasy has to drag him out and force feed him.
I've still got everybody
Sounds about
in
right.
the ship believing that mass is mandatory.
Yes, you do. Mass is mandatory. And you will notice that everyone on the ship, except for Rhapsody, at the beginning of 15 minutes before their shift things, they are in Craven's church saying psalms up to a minute before their shift starts, in which case they are out and on deck. It is clockwork.
You're welcome.
It is terrifyingly efficient.
It is my gift to you.
They are just such treats to witness. God, I need staff like that.
I do good work, don't I?
I keep this crew around for a reason. They're competent, and also, this is just delightful entertainment.
It really is entertaining.
Yeah.
It's refreshing. Usually it's, well, you let somebody die on a mission, and that's not my problem. They were incompetent. I have to end up writing letters to these people's families. It sucks.
Ooh, I hired someone for that.
You also hired
dead
somebody
now.
to clean up your messes from your friend or the dragon.
Raza, we have to talk about Raza's budgeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been yes.
And
You know-
outside of the past week, there's not been a lot of just sporadic bloodshed.
Like, to be
And
fair,
I have to talk to Zool anyway. Like, the fact is, like, you know, she's still not over Raza attacking her from several years ago. I'm gonna have to address that at another meeting. You know, it's just.
How does our family always end up in these weird paperwork-laden political leadership positions?
We want power, but we also recognize that there's a lot of paperwork involved. Otherwise, we're just like Raza.
With great power comes.
Am I anywhere near this conversation?
I imagine you've just walked.
You know what? In one of your drunken hazes, we'll say this is after you've stolen swords.
Mm-hmm.
No one has questioned why the lock was broken. Everyone knows why. And until Ecstasy decides to take it up with you personally, everyone has just kind of went, you know what? It is what it is. They are Razas now. We haven't been boarded in a while, so they're not that important. And if they were, a drunken Raza probably makes up for the loss of 2 swords.
Question.
No.
Okay.
But yeah, you can stumble by Ecstasy's cabin. The door will say it's kind of ajar because you're not used to having to close things properly.
Yeah.
So yeah, you
I
can
just
hear
leave things
a bit of
around.
that.
Yeah, Raza's actually just gonna fucking stumble in. Takes a deep breath. I will be no longer a failure. I assure you that.
And as you say those words to Ecstasy's face, in the back of your head, that inescapable voice pounds, "You will always fail. You will always fail."
Shut up!
And the gauntlet that's rested on your hand since you were a child kind of crackles with this black-purple energy, and it kind of singes part of the carpet as you lash out. And you can see the pit, like behind that lovely eye patch that Raza has worn religiously. There's this little flare out of the side of it.
Raza, we should talk.
What do you want to talk about?
Why you're still drunk, the swords you stole, you do magic now? We gotta talk about that. You're really drunk though, so I'm going to let you sober up before I kick your ass. And we can talk about what you did. But for now, I want the swords back.
I need them.
Why? You have your nice halberd.
You always need backups, don't you?
No, that's what your fists are for. That's what you usually say. And you do.
And my fist failed me last time.
You would do magic now. That's also, Raza. The swords don't make you a good fighter. You're batshit crazy. That makes you good.
I'm not crazy.
The jury might
You
still
are
be out on
weak,
this one.
Raza.
Raza.
That voice echoes in your head.
You just see Raza's eye twitch for a second.
Crazy. I'm not crazy. You're crazy.
Raza, do you think I'm crazy?
Raza like pauses for a second.
This is a trap.
Barry, you can put your hand down. I'll get to you when they're done.
Okay.
You're not crazy. You're different from before, though. I can see that.
We changed. You changed too. And that's okay. You're still a fantastic asset to the clan. You do not need the swords.
Just trust me. Just this once.
But you're drunk.
But you've also never seen Rosa drunk.
Yes. She's trying to be like, I want to talk about your drinking problem while you're drunk, but also you're drunk. So, Raza, leave the swords here with me. And come back to me when you're drunk. Or, drunk.
Puts swords down, walks out door, comes back.
Leave the swords with me. We'll talk when you're sober. They are still currently your swords, and no one else will have them.
Raza hesitates for a second, and then pulls both of them out and sets them down in front of you.
Thank you. I trust you.
She's kind of shaking a little bit. Walks away without a word.
Give me a dex check.
A dex check.
So she doesn't
snap.
like, absolutely turns around, smacks into the building. Uh-oh. Oh, no.
Just straight dex?
Yeah.
6.
So she's walking straight and then begins to slant, and you swear to God Ross is going to beam the fucking door frame. But at the last second, just Krug's just enough to skin past it without hitting it.
Whoosh.
Ecstasy just making that face, just, and nodding. Just, okay.
And as we pull away from the scene, we move on to the scampering green cobalt of mischief, whose hand was raised for an exorbitant amount of time to get my attention.
But hey, he raised his hand.
That's true.
That was polite.
I was being polite.
Very polite.
Yes.
I wanted to know if lesser
Lesser restoration will get rid of a hangover? Yes, it will, since it cures poison.
okay.
And hangover is effectively the lead poison condition of IV.
It cures hangover. Does it cure drunk?
No.
Okay.
I mean,
Why wouldn't it?
By technicality, alcohol is just poison that
Right.
doesn't immediately kill you.
yeah.
One day I'm going to make a priest that's just going to be like Captain Buzzkill. Going to bars. You are sober! You are sober!
I guess it depends on the degree of poisoning of alcohol, if restoration would be effect or not. So I would say if you're not like drunk, it probably isn't enough to actually be considered poison, and therefore the spell would ignore it. But Roz is at the state where it is actively affecting and harming her system, so yes, it would be considered poison.
Then I would like to kind of watch Raza and go over to Lady Ecstasy and just pat.
Where did you come from?
Why is everyone in your private cabin?
Get out. Like, looks under the bed, get out! And that's Nathalie, like, crawls out of the bed.
I do have something Nathalie wants to do.
Nathalie does, like, just be about the sheets. They're so
Red just pops up front of you, but I need.
Behind the curtain.
Dave is just gonna like crack his fingers. Leave this to me.
Dave?
You don't even need to touch her, you still have Advad on her.
Yes.
You can remote cure Roz's hangover.
That's exactly what I was planning on doing. I was gonna just be like, leave this to me. Right?
Sober.
And cast lesser restoration on Raza. So Raza, you go from like drunk in the middle of it, and then you're like, I'm sober now.
And you can feel the magical energy pulse through you, removing that buzz and restoring your equilibrium, your dexterity, everything in a click of an instant. No headache, no nothing, just all of it gone.
You're welcome, lady.
Raza just stiffly, like sliding stones, head turned over to Dave.
I'm assuming you had left the room at this point and you're going down the hallway, but you would feel the thing that Dave always sticks on you, Avad.
Oh, right, it was sewer bottom.
Yes.
Yep.
Frick.
Unless stated otherwise.
I forgot.
usually carry
I
the vibe.
forgot that I agreed to that statement.
Just yell down the fucking hallway.
You ruined a perfectly good buzz.
You can hear Raza's voice echo down the hallway through the open door. And as we leave that comment, we will now move to Nathalie.
Okay, so Nathalie is out on the deck trying to practice small talk.
Wait.
Okay.
Can I be one of the?
Yes, you can. And in fact, Lane, you can also play one of the bystanders in this. And it'll take a little bit of the work
Those
off me.
unfortunate bystanders.
So as the crew is kind of like hoeing in lines, double checking things, the Nathaline kind of just walks amongst us as we were in the middle of a task, drawing our attention and stopping us as we meet her gaze. Can we help you,
For
Nathaline?
enhanceability. For the charisma.
So the weather is real nice today.
Yeah, it's the same sea weather we've always had for the past few days. It's
Yeah.
doesn't really change much.
Yeah, it's good for a time at least, right? Like, we might actually be able to cut a day off.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. It's so, you know, the way everybody's standing right now, you kind of look like a spine.
Do we really look like a spine?
I mean, I never thought about it like that. Like, it's kind of deep, isn't it? Like, we just kind of do our tasks and go to sleep. Like, we don't really think too much about things.
We're supportive. Spines are supportive, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say this. Lane, you sound like a fucking Muppet. And I love it.
I think that's the point.
God damn it! Now it's just the fucking Muppets on the ship with Rhapsody.
What do you think? I'm like sitting here dying as he's doing the voice.
Wait.
A Muppet Christmas Carol.
Wait. If we actually are doing that, I just have one thing to say. Mana.
Oh, I'm too sober for this.
You're welcome.
Thank you for fixing the camera.
Okay.
I'm working on it.
So I actually did want to actually chime in. What if you two lads are part of the spine? I hate to tell you, I think I might be one of the broken ones. I am just dead on my feet. How do you keep standing every day and with that demeanor of yours?
The what?
Demeanor. You know, your joie de vivre, your way of being. How do you keep at it every day?
Yeah, like, you work directly under the Dark Lady. She disintegrates people that look at her wrong. Like, that has to be terrifying. How do you keep your composure? Teach us.
I really don't. I can barely make eye contact with her sometimes just because, you know, she's so her.
I heard making eye contact is a good way to die.
Yeah, every time she walks by, it's just look straight at the ground.
Yeah. It's the safest.
I knew a guy who looked at her once, and I think all they found of him was a toenail.
That was Jim, wasn't it?
No, that was Larry.
Was it Frankie?
No, Jim was the one she had thrown off the deck, and who was the one you said? I get him. Frankie was the one that she had Raza string up by the mast.
Oh, by that mast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't that become part of that giant bone thing that keeps walking around in the middle of the night?
I think it was my dream, so I try to just avoid it.
Wait a minute. Didn't you make that?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's who I have to think. If you were going for terrifying, it's great. And it's really impressive, but...
We recycle in the clan of Ash.
I mean, it didn't really help that one time that we were bored and it was just stabbing and impaling and going for the dick.
It does go for the dick often, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, that was Mikey for you. Always for the dick.
I get that.
So our friends really do live on, huh?
Lads, I will tell you one thing. If I do get recycled in some way, I want to be part of something big. Something enormous.
Something that changes the world as we know it.
Yeah.
My spine.
Dun 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 dun. How the sign paper works.
And he does like the sign of the Dark Lady blessing, of course. Yeah, like I mean, I can't believe she became so religious too. Like, do you worship daily to the Dark Leaders or just us underlings? Like, it seems really weird. The little green kobold? Fucking terrifyingly convincing. And the fanatic that is the new one that came along. You can't doubt, like, is Ecstasy a god? Is she just an overlord? It's so hard to tell nowadays. You just have to take it on faith. It's terrifying. But it's also really liberating.
It's kind of religion for you.
I wasn't religious before this.
Oh, congratulations, you've seen the light.
It's more like a dark
Or
cloud.
possibly the darkness, yeah. Really kind of depends on the time of day.
Yeah, I mean, the moon's kind of like the storm. It's been clear sailing now, but like, a squall's gonna come up eventually.
True, and I mean, I guess you have to have a really bright light in order to have the darkness like the Dark Lady.
Yeah.
I was thinking.
Dark Lady preserves. Dark Lady preserves.
Yes, that. I'm gonna let you get back to work. It was great talking to you. I've gotta go.
Visit again.
Okay.
Please come back. We enjoyed our conversation. It'll be a lot of fun with
You have to
talking
tell us
again.
how you made Frankie and Mike a giant skeletal monster. That must have been a fun story.
Yes.
Hi, Megan.
It's kind of religion for you.
Put that up to the camera so they can see.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I will take it.
I think it might need to be tweeted out from the official account.
I don't care.
One of our favorite little things. I'm not sure. It's not going to come up, but it is Terror Incarnate.
Oh, there we
we
go.
go. There we go. Yep. That is what my players do at the table when I try to tell a story.
Oh my god.
That was you guys ad-libbing that.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
amazing.
Like, she started the conversation, and then this just happened, and I love... When are we going to have these characters as our main cast?
About that.
So we had what was it? Curly, Mo, and Shemp.
Shemp, yeah. Shempalon.
Why red shirts are so valuable.
So, after Nathaline's conversation, someone above the deck will call him Schmeck. Schmeck. I think I see an island land, ho! And everyone kind of runs to the side, and you see this, literally, there's nothing for hundreds of miles around, maybe thousands of miles, and there's just this little speck of land, maybe 2.5 miles across.
Good job.
So, like, Rhapsody will knock very politely on the door of the family. Dark Lady, I think we found something. It's literally the only thing we've seen in a week, so it better be it, or I'm going to prick Vladimir in places that he will not find pleasurable, although I'm not even sure he feels down there.
I would like to watch that, but I also hope it's land. So let me go take a look. Let's go.
Okay. So after about another half day's worth of journey, is there any last things the group wants to do as you begin your slow descent towards this island?
Does Nathalie tell anyone in the group that she, like, tried to initiate conversation?
No, she did initiate conversation.
She did. You're right. I'm sorry. That she
Successfully.
successfully initiated conversation and attempted to maintain it.
I feel like if not, Mo might just come by. It was very nice talking with you again. Hopefully you can drop by again.
Yeah, it was great. Great talking to you too.
Oh, you're growing up.
Does Raza witness this?
Yes, everyone witnesses this because
Yeah,
they're all like in the
Mo's not
prep work.
quiet. Mo is not quiet.
Raza just turns to you. People talk to you.
I was there's this thing apparently where people try and go out of their comfort zone. So I tried it.
Are you implying that there are things that make me uncomfortable?
Rosa, this isn't about you. Nathaline's making friends. We're very happy for you, Nathaline.
I'm very happy for you.
They volunteered to be in the next project.
I don't think they did, sweetie. No.
Raza lights up at this. Have you given them the consent form check?
Oh no, I forgot that. Hang on, I need to go find it.
I took
It's like organ donors, but bonier.
Donate your bodies to science. I mean,
To God.
Jesus.
God.
No.
But they need to stick around and be friends first.
Yeah, so that you can have an attachment to their dead fucking corpses when you put them in your horrible, horrible monstrosity.
I find lasting bonds with your undead minions very rewarding.
That was just Sean.
Isn't that right, Joseph?
If you ever need tips on conversations and making friends, we can practice together. I'm very good at it.
I would like to remind you the amount of harassment forms I have against him.
Oh, I forgot.
I
New
forget.
HR department.
I forget to inform you how many people haven't formed harassment charges against me. She's special.
If you can't make friends, you can always build them.
Yes, yeah.
Build bitch.
Land ho!
So, after a few hours of descent, you get to a nice thing, and the gangplank goes down onto the soft black sand
Black sand.
of a relatively
Scimitars back.
That sounds hot.
of a relatively barren land. There's no water to be seen. There is a thick jungle, but it looks more like a desert than a paradise island, and there's no mountain to speak of. No peak.
No peak?
One of the things that Vladimir
No,
described
I
is
was
that
gonna say. I do remember saying like one peak with a few trees.
there's no peak at all. It is a flat, kind of very barren. There's a small, beginning of what would be a forest. Like, if you go water, black sand, beach front, then you kind of fade into this very kind of brushy, thick growth, and then a little deeper, there is like a very small patch of forest, but it looks very new.
Like man-made?
No, as in formed in the last few centuries. Like, not something you would expect to find.
Is there a crescent-shaped...
There is no water that you can see on the island. If you enter the woods, you will hear trickles of small, first order streams and stuff like that from rainfall, and there's probably a few ponds, but there's no big, massive body of water.
Right. Oh, go ahead,
I
Ricky.
think we're at the wrong island.
I worry that we are at the wrong island. But I also don't know where else there would be island. I think we should at least take a look around to see if there's anything resource-wise useful. What do you all think?
I want to ride Bone Regard.
Dave wants to ride Bone Regard. Good. Okay, that could happen. Anyone else?
I want my scimitars back.
No.
I want to explore.
Nothing wants. All right, let's go explore.
The young one makes a great point. Should be great fun to explore uncharted island.
Yeah.
Raza, why do you need the scimitars? You have your halberds.
Sorry, I'm laughing because of the stern look you're giving me.
I know. Sorry, just a bit disappointed. Really, you're bringing this up now on the family vacation? Okay.
That's exactly the vibe I'm getting.
Tell me why you need the scimitars, Raza.
Scimitar.
I know I'm doing it today.
The skimmies?
The skimmies.
Is this the beach episode?
Oh no. That's not here, so no.
Oh shit! Sorry.
This is the beach episode that is mandatory in every anime, but this is also American, so we need the mandatory episode where we shrink down and go inside somebody's body.
What?
No.
No.
Judge?
No.
No.
No,
Judge?
absolutely
I
not.
disagree.
I'll do the obligatory beach episode with no fan service. It's fine.
Yes.
Depends on your definition of fan service.
Raza, why do you
Oh
need
my
the
God.
scimitars?
You almost messed it up too. In the past, I've always fallen back to my fists. As we've proven, this is not an effective strategy. I want a backup. I want to become better. I want to become stronger. I want to know more fighting styles.
So randomly grabbing swords while you're drunk and thinking you'll learn how to use them on an impromptu trip.
Yeah, pretty much.
No. No.
I'll tell
Raza?
you why no magic.
One. You get one.
I need to.
One. You know you don't.
Yes, I do.
This is a debate right
No.
now. This is
Then
negotiation.
I guess you don't get to know the secret.
Oh.
I'll live with that. But will you live without the scimitars?
Oh.
I would like to roll an intimidation check.
Oh.
Go for it.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Can I give her enhance ability? I want to
Wait,
No.
wait. Oh, you want me to see? Because I was like, depends. Are you helping me or
The conversation was already in flow, so no.
Damn it.
Intimidation. I know, like, it's pretty good for, like, it's also
Charisma.
I'm trying to intimidate, so it's not really. 18.
It'd be insight for you to resist, to see through it.
Low.
It's 14. I have a -2, so.
Hell yeah.
You can react however you want, but like her demeanor is very apparent and does seem to be genuine.
I will, when we get back to the castle, ask about someone appropriately tutoring you the way. So you have other fighting styles.
You would know that Cerelia is a dual wielder and has taught the basic principles to most of the clan of Ash.
He can get the advanced courses.
Basically.
Yeah.
She.
Oh, you're right. Sean, you can get the advanced courses now. That's available. I will talk to Cerelia about advanced courses for you. Because I do think you are competent. And a damn good warrior.
Roz is actually pissed. I'm just gonna say, like, Raza does not look like a happy girl.
She broke into the armory drunk and was like, "These swords are mine."
Craven puts a bone regard between him and Raza, as not to incur bonus head
Tallies.
trauma.
Extra tallies.
That's X's compromise. Raza can take it or leave it.
Oh, Roz has already left it.
Okay, fair enough.
Because Raza wanted the damn scimitars.
No scimitars.
No scimitars for you.
Okay. So as you guys, angry Raza in the lead, depart the ship to explore this very small island, you make your way towards the center. Who wants to roll survival check for me? I need someone to roll survival, I need someone to roll investigation, and I need someone to roll perception.
Vera.
What are you doing?
I had dust on my jacket.
Not during a recording.
No, live stream. There's a difference now.
I guess I'll handle investigation.
Okay, so we have him for investigation.
That's a nat 1 with an 11.
Ooh.
Okay. Who is handling survival?
I'll handle survival.
Nah.
Oh, wait, survival's wisdom. Never mind.
I
Fuck
got
that.
+3.
What is survival here? I feel
I
like
got
I'm
plus
down.
5.
Oh, you.
Oh, you.
It wasn't
me?
scrolling down.
It is me?
I think so.
Yeah, I can roll survival too.
What's your
My wisdom's 5, so I have +5 for survival.
Oh,
So
okay.
we have the same.
Yeah, alright.
We can both roll.
Okay, one of you can get advantage.
So
You can
one
have
of you
advantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
21.
Okay, and the other one was perception.
Oh, heck.
You've already given advantage
I
for
got
the
plus seven.
insight,
Oh
so
yeah.
Do it, Nathling. 17.
okay.
Ooh.
So we'll start with yours was insight, right? Or investigation. Unfortunately, lush visitation is not really your school of expertise. However, this looks very much towards something that's recovering from disturbance. It's very small shrubs. You don't really have big, thick trees or anything like that. It is very new. And there's not a lot of animal tracks, which means this has not been inhabited by larger mammalians or reptiles yet. You do hear the occasional bird, and you can hear it's really about it. You don't even hear small mammals. Next was the survival. You're able to keep a very good track, marking your way, so there's no chance of you getting lost back to the ship. Those of you that are, because you are connected to the other world, and you are connected to the spiritual world, Craven, through very game-breaking ways, there is a sense of, despite everything looking very new, the land itself being ancient and very soaked with the past and the dead.
This
And
place is weird as anything. I have the strangest vibe about this place, and it's not. I can't place it.
You too?
Yeah.
It's weird. I don't
Really
like it.
weird.
Bad vibes.
Yeah. Almost spooky, like I'm standing in the daylight all day. No caves in sight.
What?
And Nathalie, as your perception, you can see bits of stone kind of coming out that appear, and this goes back to your race's ancient lore, to be sung. So think of the ground itself being sung into a new shape.
Like it was stone shaped?
Kind of. This refers to the Song of Uthadel, which was the creation song. Very early elves and very high practitioners of druidic magics have been found ways of mimicking that song, especially if they're elven related.
So somebody like made this.
There's remnants of that here,
Okay.
eroded by age. But you can see in certain, like, what would be, like, random rocks, there's no way that those would have formed naturally, even though that they've been eroded to a point where it might, a passerby would assume it was.
So we have forest that looks new, but rocks that look like it's eroded, stone shaped.
Well, Natalie is gonna comment that it looks altered by someone.
Well, we happen to have a vandal here. Perhaps it could be altered back.
I do have bending.
We'd be here for months. One square foot at a
It's
time.
stone, right?
I've got
It's
this.
stone.
Raza is going to fucking grab him by the throat. You and I both know you can shape stone, you imbecile.
Yes, but that doesn't mean I know what it looks like.
So
Iron Claw.
it's not exactly like stone shape, more just like ancient elven singing.
I don't do elves.
Puts him down. Sorry.
You okay there, buddy?
I saw my life flash before my eyes, and it's way too short.
How many times has that happened to you? I feel
In
like
the
that has to be a
last
lot.
few weeks, a lot more than it should.
Does your life flashing before your eyes include your life flashing before your eyes? Like, it's happened so many times. It's like not part of the real. It's just like the mirrors
It's starting
on
to become the
mirrors.
non-flashback of seeing all the times my life flashed before my eyes.
Well, it's an inception of terror.
The endless loop.
Wonderful.
So as you go deeper, everyone please give me another round of the same checks. Yeah, you can change up who does it. You can change up which one you take. So it would be investigation, perception, and survival.
Does anyone have better than the plus 10 to investigation?
I have
Plus 10?
Should I still handle that one?
I have plus
no.
8 to investigation, but I think that's because you're a slightly higher level than us.
Yeah.
So,
I have a -2 to perception if you want me to do that. Did you know I have one eye?
oh, we're good with you doing the plus 8
I mean,
investigation.
I'll handle the survival again.
Okay, so you'll get advantage because Graven will help you,
Okay.
as established.
Do you want to do the perception since you're it's plus 7?
Yeah, I'll do the survival again.
Well, Rimpy had the advantage
Yeah, you're
because you
giving
helped
me
him.
advantage.
Okay.
Yeah.
11.
Sure. I'm giving you advantage, so I'm helping.
Yep.
Good.
21.
21. Okay, so you still managed to keep a very concise, tracked course, and you can see it going all the way back. Like, you've created hatches and things, you've placed ribbons and ropes, and, like, it is very easy to find your way back.
Craven's help.
And you've noticed no threats. There's no large animals here. The birds have been very much disturbed by you, and you can see them flying kind of like to another part of the island to get away from what is a new, unknown, possible threat.
Okay.
But you can tell that from your survival, and like you have done some wilderness training with Lith.
Yep.
This must be newly established, like in the last decade or two at most, in terms of the fauna here.
Yeah. This is fresh wilderness. These leaves are too crisp. They haven't been weathered by time yet.
And your perception, you
Predators.
kind of just in the sunlight in this new environment, you feel a little overwhelmed and you lose track of that like ancient undertone that you were tracking before. You still can see it a little bit in like the subtle flows of what would be hills and whatnot that have formed, but it is no longer as defined as it was. And
15.
15. given your advanced knowledge of lost civilizations, something sticks out to you. It would be in the center of a glade that you're kind of passing through. It is a stone column. But unlike the last one that you came across, there is still a little bit of Dwarvic runic writing. And the magic that Nathalie had mentioned, the elven singing of old, that in tune with the song of Uthadel, is very strong in this piece.
I think we might have found something. It's ancient, it's magical in nature, but here. And I will call everyone's attention to the bit, said it was kind of like a pillar?
Yeah. So it would essentially be like a column from some type of gymnasium or theater or round.
Okay.
The dwarven writing, it while it is still there, it is so ablated in places that there's no way to create a comprehensive understanding of what was present other than that something is there. It would take a wish level degree of restoration to reveal that kind of information.
Okay.
You could always make the information better.
No.
I mean, he's got
Did you
mending.
actually say that? No, he's talking about stone
Not
shape.
yet.
Well,
Gotta keep the pin pins strong.
we at least know that there was civilization here at some point. What happened to them? Who knows? But it gives us some kind of understanding that we weren't the first ones here.
Craven pops it out. How old of a civilization?
Old enough to where anything you could possibly write on them would be defacing things older than anyone within this party, and I would be deeply disappointed in you.
Craven.
And by proxy, that means she's deeply disappointed in you.
And I'm always disappointed in you.
That's a given.
Given. Craven. I don't want to put my mark here. Do not do it. Or
Give
I
me
will
an
be very-
Arcana check, ecstasy.
Uh-oh.
You're +8.
I'm going to give you. I feel this is important. Motivation. Or, no.
Inspiration.
Okay.
So a D6.
Should be at least a D6 by now.
And I will remind you, Craven.
D8.
Okay.
This place, I will make all
Now
the
you
buttons
roll
that
first and
work.
decide if you want to use the D8 or not.
That's a 26.
Might not be necessary.
I mean, no,
Without the D8.
Okay.
without the D8.
So as you are brought to this thing and this conversation is going, your sight to the arcane opens on you in a way that it hasn't previously since your reconstitution in this mortal shell. And you can feel the magic here. It is ancient. It is foundational magic. It is something only 18th level casters in multiple of them could create. And you kind of follow those weaves, and it's the entire island. It's not an island. Like, you don't know, without further context clues, you can't figure it out, but as you kind of follow like the threads of magic, it feels like you're standing on something that was built.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
It's magic.
You guys turn back to the ship at this point, or do you continue pushing a little bit deeper towards the center of the island?
I'm just gonna.
So I'm assuming you guys are taking your extreme time. So like, even though it's only like a 2-mile island, like if you're taking a snail's pace, it will still take a while to get to those 2 miles, especially in unkempt semi-jungle.
I'm. Ecstasy would like to continue to the center of the island. Are you all okay with that?
Yes, I do want to respond to what you told me though about not wanting to leave a mark. I understand you're trying to be humble, Lady Ecstasy, and I see how you test me, but
Are you trying to interpret God right now?
Craven, if you stone shape or defile any of this island, I will let Raza beat you to death.
And I will enjoy every excruciating second.
Just remember to threaten to take him out of the budget, too.
Craven almost seems to visibly shrink as you just kind of.
For a quick little scene.
is
You good for a quick little scene?
gripped around Beauregard's
So-
leg.
As the scene kind of plays out, the group talking, we fade back to the clan as a whole.
Change places!
Change places!
Musical chairs, everybody, and when the music stops, good.
Okay.
There's a knock on your lab door. A tiny little kobold in armor greets you. Master Latimer, you summoned for inspection and reports.
Yes, of course. What do you have to offer?
The warrens are fortified. No one will get in or out. The cravens are underground as always. They are not to worry.
Of course.
We will repel any unexpected intruders. And we have cleared the hallway for your conversation with the prisoners. We have made sure no craving clan exist in the little worn taverns. They are cleared. No eyes will be on you.
Excellent. You've done well.
Nods. I must go back to my post before others get suspicious. Kind of puts the weapon on his back and then goes into the scamper, so known by Dave. Yes.
Yes. So, Latimer will just kind of sit back and think for a second. And then he's gonna look over, he's gonna have, he's got a couple of scrolls, and he's gonna put them into his compartment. He's gonna take a wand. He's gonna put a couple of bracers on. And they'll just glow ever so slightly as he puts them on. I'll put a cloak over, and just a couple little vials.
Mm-hmm.
Just stick them into the sides, and then he'll be clanking out.
Okay. You make your way to the imprisoned hallway that was deemed unapproachable by the Dark Lady, but in defiance of such orders, you go to the two cells. One containing an injured half-orc, and the other a cowled magician with the lock and shock of white hair amongst auburn. Still in her cascade, her cuffs of wood binding some of her magical skill. The chains apparent.
So, you're one of the arbiters, aren't you?
She nods. So you come again. And what do you want this time? You hear that throat growl. Don't you speak, woman! And he spits out of the cage. We'll bring your clan to its knees, you filthy casters and dragon worshippers.
I'm gonna disintegrate him.
Oh! He actually passes. Roll your damage.
I'm just gonna roll on here to make life easier.
Yeah, it is 10d6 plus 40.
Yeah, I'm not.
I don't think he survives, but we'll see. Actually, no, if he dodges, he takes none. That's right, that's how that works. So as you cast forth your bolt, he kind of dodges to the side and bangs against the thing, his hand's trying to get to you, to choke you out, but he just can't reach to the bars.
Should we have to waste that? Maybe in a little bit. Anyway, before I was so rudely interrupted, I was hoping that you could send a message to the arbiters.
She kind of sits there, and the half-orc is spewing, "Don't you dare, woman!" Technically, I can, if given the proper permission, as I am bound by deep magics into servitude.
What would it take to break those seals?
You can see her wanting to say something, but she can't. But she kind of nods to the cell next door.
The half-orc? So he's gonna straighten up a little bit, the apparatus is gonna kind of pneumatic up a little. Go over to the orc. It seems I might have been a little hasty in my preponderance for violence, and for that I apologize.
Kind of takes a step back from the cage, kind of with his like one arm kind of like bound to his body since the other one was destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like in a, even though he's like hobbled, like in a, ready to like dash out of a wave of spell, like very on guard, because I mean, there's now a 10-foot hole behind him.
Oh no, don't worry. If I actually did want you dead, I'd make sure of it. Now, it sounds like you have some usefulness. What will it take to loosen her bonds so I can send a message to the Arbiters?
Kind of sits there, confused by his predicament, knowing that he kind of has to give some type of response. Tell me your intent.
You intend to have the Arbiters take me down?
The clan as a whole, that's our target. One of many.
I intend to swing the doors wide open.
Kind of see this chuckle. He kind of shakes his head. Yeah, woman, send the message. And we will shift back to our island scene.
Change places!
Change places! A very merry young birthday to you!
Okay, so as we pick back into the scene, everyone berating the Craven about the desecration of ancient architecture.
I just wanted everyone to know how great ecstasy has always been.
They'll know. Trust me. This family doesn't just fade into obscurity.
I know, but I'm securing her legacy.
She's already in history books, you idiot.
And not on this island. Not on this island.
Yes, but I want her in the Bibles too.
You've already written that.
Yes. More than apparent. It's okay. Not everywhere. Especially where there are no people to convert.
Yet!
I genuinely don't think this island is capable of sustaining a population, but that's neither here nor there.
What about in like 500 years or so when they come
You'll be
across...
dead.
Yes, but ecstasy will still be there forever!
There will be a new Craven. I'm just letting you know you are thoroughly replaceable. Every single one of you is thoroughly replaceable.
Damn, not just...
And I just really need you to understand that. You're great at what you do. Do not mishear me. You are excellent at what you do. You're a wonderful herald of the Dark Lady. However, your life is finite. Very finite.
No one knows that better than Craven.
That's why eternity's important.
And short.
Yes. Short.
Nice.
Not to be a downer on your devotion, but there are more pressing matters to attend to.
Yeah, how do we get to the center?
Probably moving forward.
I can't argue with that logic.
So as you continue your tracks, the stone pillars that were at the ancients and the bizarre like dips and delves that would feel like streets leading you converge, and you see more and more, and becomes slightly more obvious, less worn, until you are at the center. These 10 massive pillars all connected on the top as if you're in the center of a massive square. It's about 1,000 feet by 1,000 feet. The 10 pillars all around it. You can see what would be benches sung from the ground itself, but lost of their fine edges. You can see more of that runic scape, and what was originally just smooth land and soil and whatnot is now stone shaped like giant interlocked cobbles, not cut, not placed, naturally created. But cracks and where like would be filled in with soil, and you can see little shoots and things patching up. You can hear the skittering of birds like on it jumping into the sky as you footfalls echo on this stone in the utterly silent clearing that clearly was constructed and not made. This stone sung fluidly in a way that Stone Shape could not do. Fine etching of dwarven make, clearly the hallmarks of elven and dwarven construction in unity.
Tolkien lied to me. Sorry.
Should I do another Arcana check?
I will let the group dictate whatever checks they want to do to perceive, take in, or explore this very unique formation.
I'll attempt to do another Arcana check to get more magic vibes.
Okay, please roll it. Your inspiration is gone at this point. It's been more than 10 minutes to get here.
Okay.
Craven's interest in the island has diminished greatly.
If I may. Oh, never mind. Yes.
What?
I can give my own form of inspiration.
Yes, you can.
Oh no.
I'm going to do that. I don't even know what your roll is. I can't see it. A little bit of a glow comes from the claw that I wear on my one hand as a spark of purple magic goes over to you, giving you a sick +1, and you take 1 psychic damage.
Oh!
As you kind of hear whispers in your ear.
Do I know it's you?
So,
I know this is like a thing?
It's not my voice.
Well, I know it's not your voice, but I know this is like a thing that... Do I know it's a thing that Raza does?
I think you've seen me do it before.
Whether you've seen Raza or not do it, you did see an underling long ago. What was your mother's name? Isa. Cast with this gauntlet, and whenever someone would fail before her, it would glow, and they would succeed at great suffering, representing her admonishment of their failure before her.
Thanks, Raza.
Oh, it was just a little owie. You had like a little.
What was your total with the +1?
It was 14 total.
Unfortunately, you just can't. While you can sense the magic is greater here still, you can't follow it like you did before. It's too concentrate. Like, think of trying to follow like the thinnest of threads in a tapestry, and like you were able to, but you got to a cluster and you just lost it in there.
Right.
Can
I
go ahead.
was just gonna do a history check.
Okay. Well, history.
Ooh.
That cursed fucking die.
22.
Very impressive. Okay. So, what were you trying to historically find out? Were you looking for like cities that represented this, culture, instances of dwarven and elven collaboration? Like, I need to know where you're searching in your library of knowledge so I can tell you what you figured out. No. You don't get to ask them. You made the roll. You tell me what you were looking for.
Rimby's got nothing on this. He's just like, neat.
That's a rock.
What are we trying to find out by coming to this place? Fuck me.
Well, you were told that there was an item of power that might be useful in the collection that you were going to, but as you've masterly figured out, that's probably not the case.
Alright. We know that this is old magic, and it looks like it might... I wish I knew what would be the most useful thing to know. Alright, I'm gonna see if I know any instances of the past of similar workmanship between elves and dwarves, this stone singing...
So, okay, I'll break it down. The stone singing. It was a skill seen in elven druids throughout the ages. It has diminished in recent years, mainly because of the elven withdrawal as a whole. This specific variant of stone singing was more commonly known with the drow. Through all of your digging in your mind, one name comes to mind. It was an underground city lost to the annals of time. It's Valhil Thorium.
Here we go.
Bless you.
It's ISYVEHIL THURIM.
You lost me at...
MOU, I see.
You lost me after the first syllable.
Prior to its disappearance, it was a thriving center of art. Stonemanship and metalwork of dwarven and elven styles blending together in perfect harmony. It was lost during the Second Cataclysm, which was the first attempt of Tiamat to enter the world.
So this may be related to a lost drow dwarven city.
Correct.
As long as I'm fathoming. I relay that to the group.
Underground City, specifically.
Yes. Held in a deep cave of a deep mountain once. A single peak, in fact.
So this may
The
have
peak's
been
gone.
a peak once upon a time.
Well, who took the peak away? Who unpeaked it?
I mean, gods can casually rip the tops off of mountains. Maybe you did it.
Maybe I did it. I don't remember it.
Maybe there happens to be a city underneath the slab right here, right now.
I can start digging.
Start digging.
I got stone shape. Everything.
I'm gonna.
Carl, what are you?
Hearing that, I'm going to start investigating to try and see if there would be any remnants or indicator that this might have been subterranean at some point.
Sure.
The general concept that, well, there was a peak at some point, but it's gone, or we're just in the wrong place entirely. So I'm going to try and see if there would be any evidence of a subterranean connection. That would be a 21.
So, you would know that during some of the cataclysms and reshaping that happened over the years through the magics that are now banned and locked away by Miska specifically, and as well as other organizations, depending on the continent, whole cities were shifted. So, literally, they were in a mountain 1 minute, carved out of it, and then that city appeared somewhere else in the world.
Okay.
So you can see in terms of like the flow and the carve, even though it's been smoothed out by water and wind over a couple hundred years, like erosion can work quickly when given enough forces, but it's still a very time consuming process. So like thinking back to the city and the way you walked and the curves and whatnot, like you felt like you were walking, even though like there was a lot of brush and a lot of dirt and things that are built up over time, there was still a natural flow that made walking easier than you would have expected given the terrain. Like natural valleys and hills to follow that were pre-carved for you, like you'd think if you were trying to walk between multiple levels in the city.
Got it. So, effectively, it wasn't originally here, but because of the displacing, it's here now.
Or at least part of it.
Or at least part of it. A fragment. So if we were to find where the actual city is, there's going to be a missing chunk, or a couple missing chunks.
Yes.
Okay. Then I will relay that to the group as well, explaining, well, we found part of an ancient city. It wasn't originally here, so we're, to continue with this theme of religion, churches, and whatnot, right church, wrong pew. Or right pew, wrong church in this case, I guess. But this is connected to what we're looking for.
So what you're saying is we found in a dumpster a pew from the church we want to go to.
You could put it that way. You could. I wouldn't fault you.
Does that happen often to you, Raza? Do you find pews in dumpsters?
You find all kind of neat things in the garbage.
Rumor has it it's a gold mine.
It is the trash business.
So, are we leaving or are we staying? Do we have to pray to ecstasy and
No.
Craven's
You
church?
always have to pray to ecstasy.
Right. Sorry, I forgot. I'm a bad disciple.
This is what I'm investigating, but I was told that there would be an item of power, not an archaeological research site.
Maybe it's inside the island.
We're not digging, Craven.
So we're leaving.
At this point, I don't see a reason to stay. I'm not...
think it's worth mentioning that I would like to investigate it, but no, I think we should go.
Okay, great.
I have a question. This is a DM question, mostly to expand on what you told him. Obviously, this isn't Raza knowing this.
Okay.
Would he know, perhaps, when the cities were moved around, were they at least in the same approximate region when they popped up places?
No.
Okay, hey, I figured I'd ask whether or not that would be like back of your mind, same quadrant of the world. Like, no.
So, there was examples of, actually very recently in the world, within the last 5 years, no, actually within the last year, an entire dwarven city found in one of the peaks inside the lost continent. Literally no way of knowing it was there.
Mm-hmm.
Some random band of adventurers followed a mining shaft in the jungle and found it, and the city was literally carved perfectly in half with no idea where the rest of the city was. And there's been a few things like that over the last 1,000 years. Cities cut in half and just completely gone, whether they're in another plane altogether, another part of the world, buried deeper, no one knows, because these resources to locate that kind of information would be massive. We were talking 50s to thousands of years of excavation to really get those answers, and no society in this current time frame has the desire to expend those resources to confirm something that ultimately doesn't matter, at least in the current spectrum of things.
And odds are, these places are like in the middle of the fucking ocean. Let's be real here.
Or the third moon.
That's the ocean. The fish just keep getting
Bryce!
The final frontier.
You're gonna point Leviathan straight up.
Sean, your face. Your face when you do that.
You know what I'm referencing?
I know.
Okay.
Tim Curry would be really proud of you.
God.
That's up on Twitter.
I'd have one.
Yeah, me too. So we're leaving.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get the
Let's
fuck
go.
out of here.
We've gotten information. How valuable that information is remains to be seen, but we know what we're looking for, likely not here.
So are we gonna look for a different island, or are we just gonna go home? No, what's the plan?
Probably touch base with Latimer and be like, we didn't find what we were looking
Okay.
for. Do you have any other intel?
Okay.
So,
Okay. So as you make your way back to the ship over the course of the hours, the sun begins to set. Your bands have kind of done a bit of sourcing to see if they can find fresh water to resupply stocks and whatnot, and not to much avail. There's not much to eat here, although a few birds were caught to help bring some fresh food onto the ship. As you get back, I'm assuming message Vladimir? Or do you have
Rhapsody.
Rhapsody?
Yeah.
Okay. So, like, she pulls out her
doesn't
little
want
phone.
to talk to Latimer.
She pulls out, like, her little phone, clicks the button, and, like, starts swirling her hair like a teenager waiting on the phone. So, like, hey, Vladimir, like, we found this really weird place in the middle of the ocean. Literally, nothing for hundreds of miles around where you're
My
house.
lord. Do you know how hard it's been to get a hold of you? There must have been some kind of magic interference. I need you all to come back. Zool is dead.
Oh, like, Lady Ecstasy, and, like, her perkiness vanishes very quickly. She's looking at it. Zool's dead.
What?
I couldn't even finish my sentence. Vladimir's message interrupted mine. Apparently there's been some disturbance around this island preventing messages and sendings from getting through.
Oh, shit. What? Can you get details?
It's only good ones, and I used it.
All right.
You're gonna have-
Got sending.
How is she dead? She's definitely in the budget.
What do you want?
That's a good question.
Ask me.
You would have, well, Craven wouldn't know
Wasn't
this.
Latimer the one that brought Raza back? Using Bloodstone's gem, but whatever.
No, using his gem, but it takes a while to build those gems.
Oh, it was the other way around?
Yeah.
Okay, I just forgot things back.
So,
but you
Not
would.
priests.
Raza was before all this. Raza could be brought back for free. She was in the budget. I don't know about Soul Man.
We didn't know that.
Okay, well, first off, you would know that there were two people in the clan capable of raising the dead prior to Craven's recently found power.
Right.
I can do that now.
It was only the green head who was killed in the first schism. and Vladimir.
Cool.
And Vladimir's ability is incredibly limited. And depending on the condition of the body, it might be beyond his ability. Because the more damage the body...
Disintegrate.
I mean, but...
Disintegrate would take a wish to come back from, or true resurrection.
I was gonna say, and I'm like, you could, butcher a body, and it might be beyond his.
I want to say, raised dead can only bring a body back if the body's in condition to survive.
Right.
So like, decapitated body, raised dead will not work on it. It will not reattach the head. Missing limb, sure. Too much, all the organs stripped out of it.
No.
Depending on the mind of the spell, but behind it, sometimes organs can be regenerated, although not always. So it depends. Like if she was smushed by a dinosaur, that's probably too much for raised dead to bring back.
Well, I guess we're heading back then.
Dark Lady, if we get back fast enough, I can bring her back.
Dave, do you still wanna?
Yeah, you can still send messaging, Dave.
That's why I'm asking if you guys.
Because we've only been gone
Rhapsody,
for like a couple days, right?
You've been gone for 10 days.
Yeah, so we've been gone for a while.
Oh, if we've been gone exactly 10 days, it's dubious.
Ask what happened.
Vladimir, what happened to Zool? How did she die?
Not sure. Someone found her outside the front gate. It seems like she fell from a great height.
They're not sure how she died. Someone found her in front of the front gate. She might have fallen from a great height.
Question.
Yeah?
How quickly do you need to get back?
Probably sooner than it's going to take. Why?
Casting. Teleport.
Oh!
Okay, so are you going with the group?
For now. This seems like an emergency. Have your vessel return of its own volition. You need to be in charge of your plan.
How many people can you tell?
8.
The whole group.
Convenient.
Wow. Okay.
Worst case scenario is stick you in the church and then we teleport.
Actually, you can take the whole crew and lead the Leviathan that way.
Yeah, but we
That's
need
disgusting.
the Rafael would definitely be unhappy with that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So like, I'll try to make like most haste, but like, yeah, you go.
Okay. Have a safe journey.
Okay.
Right.
So you think of the circle that you used before. Unfortunately, I need you to roll percentile dice and refer to the player's handbook.
Oh no! I know this roll. This could be real funny.
So, I would consider myself very familiar, as I've been working with the clan for a long time.
Yes, that's all you get though. And there's a small penalty to it.
That is an 86.
And what does that refer to on the table?
On target, 25 to 100.
Okay. So, luckily for you, your intimate knowledge of the keep keeps you going. But there is some damage taken along the way.
Oh no.
Owie.
11 points of force damage.
To whom?
Everyone.
We all take damage.
So, as you are sucked in with this violent distortion that rocks the ship, twisting space, time, and reality to travel vast distances swiftly, your trusted family, aiming for a point that no longer exists and quickly changing his chant in this mid-sentence, is able to save the spell from going fully awry and killing all of you instantly. You appear on top, the peak of the very highest point where the ship would dock, rocked and buffeted endlessly by turbulent arcane winds, the smack sending a thunderous hurrah across the rooftops. That is where we'll end the session.
Dun 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 dun.
Time for a coup, I guess.
So,